Daily dose of sunshine. Hello, K drama lovers. I love K dramas and I've seen quite a lot. I think I should have seen more than 50, if not even more than 100. I've been watching K dramas since I think 2015. No, no, not 2015. Should be like 2013 or 2014. My first ever K drama was A Man Called God. I love Michael. Vivian was kissing the hell out of me. If you have seen that drama, let me know your favorite character. So I came across this movie. I think it was last year. I've seen it like twice now. Daily Dose of Sunshine, and I could relate to every or relate with every lessons there. That movie is for caregivers, for therapists, social workers, for people that is always trying to help other persons. So I will just share some lessons I learned from Daily Dose of Sunshine. Number one, at the end of the day, you are the most important person. In as much as you try to do your job and do everything, always make sure you make out time for yourself. Always make sure you take care of yourself, because what's the essence if your clients or your patients are fine and you lose your mind? It doesn't work. All right. Number two, for the lessons that I learned from Daily Dose of Sunshine is concerning the doctor that had issues with his knuckle. Is always pressing his hands, he's always making noise. People were even tired of him because of that. And when he found somebody, they told him to find an hobby. He has tried every hobby, nothing was working. But as soon as he found love, it was easier for him to overcome it. A lot of times, or I feel maybe even the most important ingredient for healing is love from the right people. Finding love that matters to you. Finding love that matters to you. That was mind blowing. Imagine something you've been struggling with for years, and then you just found somebody that you really liked, and it just went off. Then he had done started dating her, and that was it. Number three, the nurse that people felt that she had it all together. She was just a broken person trying to survive. Somebody wealthy has a good background was asking her out. I can't remember their names right now. Asking her out, but she was declining. Why? Because she felt the guy had everything, but she doesn't have. She has debt she's paying from her mom. She's changing location from place to place because her mom keeps finding her and mom keeps getting into trouble, and she felt she wasn't worthy of it. That's what brokenness can do, where you feel you're so broken that even when the purest form of love comes, you feel it's too fake, or you feel it's too real to be true, or you feel I don't deserve this. Whereas it's not, it's your trauma speaking, it's your pain speaking. And most times, if you're not careful, you lose out on life. The guy tried everything he could to make her know how much he loves her, but then it just felt like, oh, you're just speaking gibberish. Until eventually you can see the movie. Another one is one of the cases of the patient. Now, the mom kept conditioning the girl to living as her. The girl was tired. The mom made her marry a judge. In South Korea, right? Marriage in some certain way, chabal marrying chabal, rich to rich. And if you're from an humble background and you get a rich man, it feels like a very huge privilege, because the mom actually wished she had that life. So since she didn't have it, she had to push her daughter. And the daughter wasn't getting the love in the marriage. Her husband was hardly around. Her husband is a judge. So she started partying and everything. And then she saw somebody she actually liked. And that was where she started losing her mind. And she went on pestering the guy, even stalking the guy. She was already misbehaving. The guy had to report her to police and everything until she lost her mind completely. I think she has schizophrenia. So it was so difficult. Even the mom conditioned her to eating certain things. At some point, she said she didn't want to see her mom. Her mom was crying, like, this is my daughter I invested so much in. I did this, I did this, I did that. She even went to the market to get a fruit. She thought it's her daughter's favorite fruit, whereas it's not. So the nurse had to talk to the daughter, so talk to the mom also, and talk to the daughter to allow their, like, listen to the other person. So the mom brought the fruit as usual, and she told the daughter she had to apologize to her, that all this while she thought she was doing what was best for them. Accountability for parents, children, accountability. Said, so she had to apologize to the daughter, and then she said something very profound. So the daughter, if you don't want something, let me know. Tell me the things you like. I'm ready to do it just for us to be better. I cried so much in that scene because this is something the girl has been wanting. Do you know that that was where her healing started getting better? She started healing, and the mom was like, if it's okay. The mom didn't want them to let her husband know that she's in an asylum, because if the husband knows, because of his image, he may not want to be attached to such, or probably even file for divorce. But they got to that stage and said, you see, if this is going to happen, then no problem. And that was it. So it was a turning point for me. I really, really loved it. I really loved it. So another part is Park Boyoung. Let me use a real name. Park Boyoung's best friend. Sometimes you think these people are normal just because they are happy, they are playful, they are this, whereas you don't know what they are carrying. So apparently our best friend has had panic attack. She didn't know. When did he get to know when the trigger came? Was when his friends from, or his colleagues from his previous place of work came to eat at his mom's restaurant. He started feeling it. That's when he actually knew. Because all these years, she's been asking him, why did you quit at a very good, working in that kind of organization is a huge thing. She was like, why did you quit? And he kept saying, was tired of it, just all of that, all of that. So they had to talk about his story. So this same thing I talked about, not knowing how to say no, was his problem, because he felt he was too privileged to be working in that setting. He was trying to satisfy everybody, even people that are meant to do their job. They were giving him the job, and he kept on doing it. It was draining him down, that the only place this guy could find safety was in the restroom. He constantly saw himself drowning. He constantly saw himself shaking, like, at every slightest. He had to go seek help eventually, thanks to his friend and his best friend. He had to get help. And eventually, when he started working in the office, because one way or the other, you would have to face your fears, he started saying no. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do it. People were shocked, like, this guy normally won't say no. But this time he said no, he can't, because he knows where it's coming from. So, and of course, there are other things that can keep him afloat. He didn't go immediately, by the way. He took his time to heal and everything. That's another lesson. Another lesson is one of them that, in case you have not seen it, I'm doing creating spoiler, but if you see it, you still enjoy it. All right. One of them that committed suicide, that really hurt Park Bo Young to the point that she entered depression. He fell into examination pressure. He's written certain exams over and over again, and it's one of their major exams in South Korea, and he kept failing. I think the civil exam. So where this guy could find safety was when he's playing games. So I think one of the mistakes he made was the fact that as soon as he left the hospital, he should have stayed at home to recover. But he felt like he could do it, and he tried over to read, and then it felt like he lost his mind, and that was it. Immediately, the place he gets his safety. Also, he had issues with hallucinations. The only place he could get his safety was in the game world that nobody can see. So that day, he actually called Park Bo Young, but man was confessing to her that he loves her. She was like, "Oh, is there something you want to say?" He said, "No, nothing." And that is where he killed himself. And she blamed herself. Now, for caregivers, I know you want to sympathize with your patients and your clients, but be very careful not to drown yourself in their pain, because if care is not taken, you start living that reality. Park Bo Young kept blaming herself for the cause of the guy's death. Although, by the way, I think his parents also blamed her, because they felt like if she had answered his call, he wouldn't have died. But they forget that this girl also has her life. She also has her life to live. So she eventually started blaming herself when she knew that when they knew there was a problem was when somebody mentioned the guy and said, oh, this guy, and she was like, oh, he just got discharged some days ago. And people turned and looked at her and I was like, oh no, she has lost it. So eventually she went through a series of things. You can see the movie, you understand better. Then another one is the guy. Okay, I think I don't want to mix it up with tomorrow. Tomorrow is another K drama. So much, so many lessons. Maybe I'll do a review on tomorrow so that you understand. So many lessons from it. Like I said, I don't want to give you too many details, but that was a huge highlight. And of course, discrimination against mental health related issues. When she eventually got herself back and came back to the hospital, a lot of guardians refused to allow her treat um, their their people. Let's leave it like that. And she was stigmatized. It was a very difficult phase for her. And they were asking her, should she rest? Said no, she's just going to keep doing it. And of course, somebody will always have to fight for you. And eventually she got herself. I too many lessons, I don't want to say everything, but trust me, I highly recommend you see Daily Dose of Sunshine. It's a very beautiful movie. I think I will see it again for the third time. I will. I hope there was something you learned. If there's anything that stood out for you, do well to comment. And of course, if you want us to discuss something or you have questions, you can also do. Till then, bye.